Hello guys, welcome back to VC Tech. In the previous video, we configured our IP phones and connected them to the network. Everything worked perfectly. The phones were registered successfully. The users could call each other within the same network. But here's the question. What happens when the users are located in different branch offices? Imagine a company with branch A and branch B. Employees in branch A wants to call employees in branch B. The phones are working, the routers are connected, the network is up, but the call still fails. Why? Because the router don't know where to send the voice traffic. And that's exactly what we are going to fix in this video. By the end of this tutorial, you will understand what dial pairing is, why it is important, and how to configure it so IP phones can communicate across different networks. For the demonstration of this tutorial, we are going to be using 2811 Cisco router, 2960 Cisco switch, and 7960 Cisco IP phones. What is dial pairing? Before we jump into configuration, let's first understand the concept. Think of dial pair as a routing table for voice calls. Just like a router uses a routing table to decide where to send IP packets, a dial pair tells the router where a phone call should be sent. When a user dials a number, the router checks the configured dial pair. It looks for a match. If there is a match, the call would go through. If there is no match, the call is going to drop. So even if the network is working perfectly, calls between different locations may still fail without dial pair. The problem we are going to be solving for this tutorial, let's look at a scenario where we have the branch A network and we also have the branch B network. Remember, as I said, the phones are registered. The routers can ping each other. Let's try that. Let's try to ping the routers. So from the branch A router, let's try to ping the branch B router. So enable, then ping 192.168.20.1. As you can see, the success rate is 100%. We can ping the branch B router. Network connectivity is working, so everything looks good. Now the users in branch A wants to call the users in branch B. Let's try to make that call and see what happens. So on the branch A network, we have IP phone with a line number of 1004, and we also have a line number for the second IP phone of 1002. In the branch B network, we have an IP phone with a line number of 2005 and also a line number of 2007. These are different destination patterns. These are different network. So calling from branch A network to the branch B network without configuration of dial pairing is going to be very impossible for that call to go through. However, let's try to also make that call. So from this device, I'm going to try to call one of the IP phones in the branch B network. So this IP phone. So as you can see, we have two IP phones, one from the branch A network that has the line number of 1004 and the other from the branch B network that has a line number of 2005. Let's try to call and see what happens. So 2005. You can see it is telling us that the number is unknown. It is unknown because the router does not know where to send that voice call. If you should also try to call from the branch B IP phone, you're also going to see that that call still would not go through. So 1004 died and it is telling us the number is unknown. So let's close this and get into the main objective for today's tutorial. First, we are going to verify IP connectivity between both routers. Remember, dial pairing won't work if both routers can't reach each other. So once connectivity is confirmed, as we just did, now we are going to create our dial pair. Remember, for each dial pair that we create, we have to configure a destination pattern and a session target. Dial, specify voice. You can also query to see what is next. So when you query, you see that it is telling us to type voice, and now it will be asking us for a tag number, a dial pair tag number. We are going to be using 1, and the next is VoIP. So once we get to this interface of dial pairing configuration, we are going to configure a destination pattern and also session targets. The destination pattern tells the router which phone number should match the dial pair. So destination pattern, and now the phone number, since we are configuring our branch A network, remember the phone number that we are trying to call, or the network that we are trying to get to, is the branch B network. So we are going to be making use of the branch B line number because that is the destination pattern. So how we actually write this is we say 2 ... Next is the session target. The session target tells the router where to send that voice call. So session target IPv4 $192.168.20.1. So we've configured our destination pattern to be line number of the branch B network, and we also configured our session target to also become the default gateway of the branch B network, because that is where our voice call will be carried to. The router is going to send our voice call to the branch B network. Since we've already done the configuration on the branch A router, let's go and do that on the branch B router. Then we place our call to see if it's going to go through. So on the branch B router, we are also going to do the same configuration. So dial pair, voice, a tag number of 1, and VoIP. The destination pattern is going to be the line number of the branch A network. So 1 ... The session target is going to be the IP address of the branch A network. So 192.168.10.1. Now we've configured our dial pair for both routers. Now comes the exciting part. Let's test our configuration. We will place call from an IP phone from different network and see if it's going to work. So from this IP phone that has a line number of 2007, we are going to try to call the line number that has 1004 and see if our configuration is accurate. So 1004. As you can see, the call is ringing and now it is connected. Take note of the number at the top of the screen. So for this IP phone on the left side, it has a line number of 1004, and the IP phone on the right has a line number of 2007. It is able to call the line number of the branch A network. Now the branch A can communicate with branch B. That whole concept is what we call dial pairing. Before we finish, let's look at a few common problems. The first one is incorrect destination pattern. If a dialed number does not match the configured destination pattern, the router won't know which dial pair to use. And the second issue when configuring dial pair is incorrect session targets. If the session target does not match the IP address, the router will send the call to the wrong destination. And lastly is the connectivity problem. Even if the dial pair are configured correctly, the call will still fail if the router can't communicate with each other. And for a quick recap, we've covered what dial pairing is, why dial pairing is important, how routers route voice calls between different networks, and how to configure dial pair. Remember, a dial pair is essentially a routing table for voice traffic. Without it, routers don't know where to send phone calls. With it, users in different locations can communicate seamlessly. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next networking tutorial.